It's yes, the meeting.
This Hawks meeting in Myrtle Borough Council. Now, leave it to the pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. This meeting is being held in compliance with the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act and advertised on the register in the register, only bulletin board downstairs, and in all official borough social media channels. I ask that while we are conducting business, if you have a cell phone, please put it on silent. If you need to speak with somebody while we are conducting business, you can do so outside the chamber. Roll
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Present.
Mr. McLuhan.
Here.
Ms. Morales here. Mr. Parnell. Mr. Sprazza. Mr. Woods.
Here.
That's one.
Thank you very much. Okay, the first item on the agenda this evening is the public portion of the meeting. Anyone from the public, who wishes to come forward and speak on any topic, please come forward, state your name and address for the record.
Council, Harry Answers, 1 St. James Avenue. I'd just like to visit the potential for cannabis lounge and things a little further. I wondered if you could update us on what the status of it.
There's no update.
So,
There have been no meetings, there's no update.
and but so does the potential still exist? And is the request has been made by Vincent number one.
I don't know that there's been a formal request made by any meeting in writing. So the potential always still exists, yes. But we have not pursued that.
And is this council leaning toward approval?
You'll have to ask council, and I would suggest they probably don't tell you one way or another until they actually consider the issue, which it's not actually before us.
Would you be open to it?
I have not seen it, because I can't comment on my judge anything without seeing something writing.
So,
I was wrong answer, but I mean,
well, if you know, it was on the agenda, about a month ago to discuss the rules for the lounge, so it must be a potential.
It was, that was on the agenda because that was an update from the Cannabis Regulatory Commission of the state of New Jersey, not us. And it was more of a, hey, this is something that could potentially be out there. I know that ginseng has expressed an interest in this at some point, but we haven't had, honestly, material discussions with them at this point.
So there will be, if you are considering it, there will be an opportunity, publicized for the town people to discuss it.
I believe that we would have to pass a resolution or take some action as a body to be able to approve that. So yes, it would be an opportunity for people in a public meeting to come forth and discuss that.
So, I understand the benefit of having them say in town is the tax benefit. What added benefit would bring to town?
you're asking kind of hypotheticals for something that doesn't exist.
I know that it's seriously being considered.
There's not, it's not considered, there's no formal application, there's no formal request, there's been no formal consideration, there's been no input consideration. And it's like saying that there's potential for a railroad track to come down the way back again, there's potential for a lot of things, but there's no action.
When I was last in the meeting, we did voice an interest was voiced at the committee. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that you're not further along. That's why I'm asking what the status is. So I would just like to add that once again, we have said this before, but I'd like to say with a bigger audience that because impairment is difficult to measure, I think if this lounge were approved, you would be putting the safety of our townspeople at risk and also making police officers' job much more difficult. Thank you.
Any other members of the public? You wish to come forward and speak on any topic?
Okay, I'm just gonna talk about the tennis program that we have, or we had for.
Matt, just, can you just state your name and address for the record?
Oh, I'm
please?
sorry. I'm Dan Strader, and I live at 38 East Cedar, here in Mergenville. So, it's just some things I would like, for everyone to know about this program. It's one of the best programs, I'll tell you, in New Jersey. And that we know. And, the tennis program serves about 80% of the children and adults in Merchantville. And some of them walk to the court for a lesson. And the community center park is a safe place for them to be. All right, since the beginning of this program was started during the pandemic, I haven't had the approval from the borough for the tennis program. All right. And doing that, I get my insurance every year, $1 million insurance. I will get that every year. I try to give all my schedules every season. And I know I've been approved and everything. It's nice and I appreciate it. And we all appreciate it. And each season I give a schedule to the borough. If there are changes to be made to allow time for the residents of the town, I will do that. Okay, my decision to run the program in this town was always to give the kids something to do. Because during the pandemic, there was nothing for these kids. And there's so many kids in Merchantville. I've never seen that many kids. But they need something to do. There's no recreation center, there's nothing. So the tennis gives them a little something, but as they're in the tennis, they grow up to like it. And this is what they do in school. So as we have Shay here, he's been in the tennis for a while, he's taking tennis at the high school. All right, at his high school. Okay, we have kids from different high schools coming in to practice to get ready for we have kids that are in varsity tennis, right, from ninth grade. Okay, they are hard, these kids work hard. All right, when I started this program at the time of the pandemic, it was a way for the kids to connect with each other and stay happy. Okay, and it worked. I guess that's why we never got COVID. I never had COVID. I knew they were sick because I was outside. All right, and now we have some of our students on tennis teams at the school. Please understand, this program is not a money-making scheme. I make no money from this program. All right, I don't need the money from this program. It goes into our kids, it goes into getting, I charge between 40 and 50 a month. And if a family can't pay this, I negotiate an amount with them. Nobody knows who can't pay. That's private, that's what we did at the land in Pennsylvania. And I had 5 courts at the time, and family couldn't pay. We had a certain amount of money, so nobody knew, and it's the same thing here. Okay. Now, on average, the kids come 4 to 5 times a week. For, it's like 16, between 16 and 20, excuse me, 20 hours per week, but most likely like 15 to 18 hours per week. All right. And on average, out of that, it's like $2 per session. All right, because it goes per month. And every $1 that I make, I use to provide snacks, water for the kids, running tennis tournaments. We have I'm trying to get you guys out there to see our tennis tournament. It's amazing. It's amazing. You see how these kids, there's little Thomas there. Thomas started the program last year. He's amazing. Because I was a tennis instructor all my life, most of my life, and tennis, teacher, so, and I can teach these kids, and it's paying off. All right, so you buy supplies, we also, I get snacks for the kids because some of them come right after school. So they're hungry. So I'll put snacks and Javier from the dog man with the gravy man. He comes by and asks if we need water. He'll donate water to us. He donates chips. He'll do whatever we need. And most of the people on that, our neighborhood is like that. That neighborhood up there is like that. They love us. All right. Now, just a note as far as the bathrooms. Now, we pay $20 a month for the bathroom, so you talk about $180 a month, for that time, but that's fine. That we should do that. But I know you have someone that supposedly is supposed to be cleaning the bathroom. So, but before we leave, if one of my kids have to go to the bathroom, I or one of the parents will go down and say, well, let me go down and check, you go in and clean up, or they'll have cleaning on it. But we make sure the bathroom doors are locked. All right. So some of my parents here, these parents that you see here, they come and they help me. And we weed whack around the court, we clean the court off, we take care of the court. You have people coming in there with dogs, and they're training the dogs out of the court. You have people coming there with kids, and I know this. There's barely anybody. Nobody in those both for us. Except people who wanna play soccer or bring their kids in to play. One time, just a couple months ago, there was a smashed bird on the court this big. With the guts out. And you can see the branch, the big branch that some kid came in or some kids smashed this bird. I had to call the police. Denise knows. And he came over, he had to get Public Works and said, don't touch it. And they had to remove it. All right, another time, kids coming in, firecrackers all over the court. It took me almost 2 hours to clean up that mess. I called the police. All right, we take care of the court, we take care of that area there, and people like it that we're there. And when we have our tournaments, we don't just call it Merchantville tournament, we call it, tournament on the gardens. Yeah, on the gardens, and it's beautiful. You see the parents have their tents up, we have food, people donate food for the kid, it's what they need. And then out of the money, I get trophies. And then we have 2 tournaments a year, one in July, one in October, and they are awesome. And you think I could get a news reporter or somebody to come and see this? I think if I was somebody else, they would be there. Somebody needs to see what these kids can do. Instead of tearing down this program. This program brings kids into school, high school, to learn.
Administrator,
Okay, my concern is, I know I'm trying to get there. Okay,
Before you go any further.
Yeah.
And first of all, can you get this many people, young people involved in government? Because I mean, it'd be great if we had this many people. It's like not that.
I will do it.
But what I really want to ask, I mean, we're in active discussions with you right now. And let me ask you, because it seems like it was just by the last statement you made, and maybe it was just a misstatement, that we're trying to tear down the tennis program. I'm uncertain as to that because we are actively having a discussion. I had one meeting, I believe.
Right,
Okay, where we discussed the idea that you are exclusively using that tennis facility for a significant portion of time, and residents have made complaints. That's what I said to you, correct? Or maybe some more words than that. Okay, that was it. One meeting, we talked about that. We talked about a reasonable fee for having that exclusivity.
but we never discussed how much.
I-
That's the thing.
Jeanette,
We,
I know.
we don't mind paying,
I understand,
okay, but we don't mind paying.
I know you don't,
Excuse me,
but
excuse me.
But what I'm saying is that, before you go any further, please, if you please just let me, I mean, because now we have to have a negotiation in public with 40 people here that you've represented to some extent that we're gonna tear down your tennis program, and I feel like that's a really unfair representation of the meeting that we had, where I said there's an exclusivity of that facility for a for-profit entity, whether you make a lot of money or don't make a lot of money, okay? It's not a borough rec program, right?
No,
And so we have to find,
but I
the right-
asked you, you could take it home, was it?
and I said, no, and listen, we're not here to talk budget, but I'm not even looking at Mr. Turner right now, he'll probably throw something at me if I said, yeah, let's try and take that on. But in all seriousness, we're happy to, I'm pretty sure that I made representations to you that I have no intent of making it cost prohibitive for the individuals that you are teaching and tennis to, a life lesson. And that we were investigating on our end what a reasonable number was, so we asked you for certain information. You gave us certain information, the exact times that you're going to be there, which is a significant amount of time, every day of the week, correct?
No,
And
Mondays,
It's,
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
okay,
And
I would suggest that's significant, but let's leave that to the side. And how many participants that you had throughout all 3 seasons that you do this, correct? That's what we asked of you. You provided that to us. We're now looking at what
We
is,
gave you per season.
yes,
already,
correct,
and it goes up during the summer.
yes, I know. And so we have a total number, we have an idea, and now we're trying to formulate. Unfortunately, I'm not here every day.
But what I do,
I'm a part-time mayor,
what.
and I have a full-time job
But I
and children and stuff like.
Because
And unfortunately, I don't find this to be productive, because we're,
it may not be productive to
I understand,
you,
but
but
we're
it's to us,
here to work with you,
yes.
and so. I'm happy to allow you to finish, I just, we have a lot of people here who might want to speak tonight about the impending doom of the tennis program that we support.
We didn't say it was due. It just, it just felt like it was being cut down. But thing is, when do we get our approval? Because I don't like being on the court without the approval. And so I would like to have the approval, and you can still discuss how much we should be paying.
Well, it's not on the agenda for approval this evening, I don't believe, and I think that Mr. Ross told you that was going to be the case. Okay. I just before, honestly, I walked in here at 7:15, and I received a package of information about other communities in our area and what they're charging groups for exclusive use of their facilities. I haven't even had time to take a look at it yet. But I will, and I will get back to you this week, and it could be on for the April 8th is our next meeting.
So we can go on still with 10, because it's spring vacation for the kids coming up. We are already out there, and
Yeah, and I don't think we ever told you that you couldn't, we just said that there had to be some fee associated.
I don't like not having the approval. Every year you give me the approval with everybody's name on it. Here's an application and meeting for the as a meeting money towards the yes.
Well, I don't think it's here. I'm sure we can get approval pending further discussion on this issue. We don't have any intent to get rid of the tennis program. I don't think, it's not our intent, it never was, and I'm not sure that that was something that was even expressed at any time, so. If some, if one of the council members wants to walk it on, I don't vote, so I don't support it, I mean, I'm fine, we need to approve something for next week for spring vacation.
This property, that property owner. You got it? You don't tell me.
I mean, I have the application, but I have all the other information that he asked me to look into, and that's why.
With the application at this moment. Okay, and it'll be contingent upon coming to an agreement. And we've received, again, the full breakdown of the hours, et cetera, that it's in use, and then you provided that to us. I think we got it, I think, last week. So
can I just make a motion to convert this to spring vacation, and then on the April 8th meeting, we can have further. I just, if you have a concern of not being able to do this next week because spring break's here come Thursday, I want to assuage that concern. I have no issue addressing that. To me, the summer schedule of this.
the schedule's been submitted. So the schedule was never, just so we're clear, on when the application comes in, we generally don't have a schedule. Okay, so what happens is we approve it, and that provides a schedule to Denise. This is something that happens behind the scenes that you guys don't even see. So this will become a big thing.
Is this schedule ramped up from previous?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay.
It's the same,
Okay.
except for we're taking Friday and Saturday, not Saturday, Friday and Sunday.
I believe it's consistent.
And I'll tell you, Denise is wonderful. She's wonderful, she's supported us, she's helped us. So. If you look on the back of that, there should be, you're looking at, not he has it, go back more. There's a set where you should sign off everybody's sign.
I can take care of that.
Okay.
Alright.
So I can make a motion, there can be discussion on
So
council.
let's just do it with all the other uses.
Okay. Okay, so we will take action to vote on this.
Tonight, 7:00.
Oh. Other members of the. On English. See. Net, I expect you, everybody here for civics class, we're gonna do government in action. All the whole group, can you come here?
Can I just say one thing? You know what, Mayor, you know I love you. You know, we argue, we go back and forth, Karen. Now, I want to just say one thing. And I'm walking down the street, the cannabis place,
Sure.
all right, it's a drug place, right? Okay.
Yes, the adult use recreation.
My concern is, you know, we have children walking to school there, but if you walk down the street, maybe not even 2 blocks on the corner of Walnut and, Center, you'll see a sign. It says drug-free school zone. So either you have to take it down or prove that it's.
It's not actually, for the state of New Jersey is legalized, cannabis, it's not a drug, it is illegal. Okay. Anyone else for the call? Okay, we will close the public portion of the meeting. We'll move into public hearing, on ordinance 2402, chapter 60B, privately owned salt storage. Anyone, you think everyone's here? That's what I suspected. I'll open that public hearing. Anyone wishing to speak on that ordinance, please come forward, state your name and address for the record. Okay. I think the only one in town is Public Works, just so everybody's here. We'll move on from the public hearing on ordinance 2402, chapter 60B, privately owned salt storage, and we will move towards adoption. 2402, chapter 60B, privately owned salt storage. Do I have a motion? So moved. Second. Mr. Woods with the first, Mr. Fitzgerald with the second. Any discussion? Hearing on roll call, please.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Aye.
Mr. McLean.
Yes.
Ms. Morales.
Yes.
Mr. Carno.
Yes.
Mr. Sparazza.
Yes.
Mr. Woods.
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna go out of business, we're gonna go over, excuse me, if council's okay with, going to new business and we'll do these approval, of use of facilities and whatnot. So first, we'll start with the approved use of facility for lunch truck. So, second. I assume we have all the paperwork in order. Yes, the Saturday, April 20th, and 200 people on the merchant goal model. But first, this is the current setting was. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Second, approved use of facility for artisan farmers market. Second. Yes, yeah. All over.
All in order, triangle, merchant goal multi-use. First Friday of every month, beginning in May through November. And it is.
Sorry.
What?
As I said,
Yeah.
she's already.
You good? Yeah, we're good. All right, I got a first and second, Mr. Perno, Mr. Woods with the second, all in favor? Aye. Those abstentions. Okay, approved use of facility for the village walk run. So,
Second.
Village walk on September 29th. Downtown gazebo, merchant, it's path, 30 to 50 people, open to the public. And it too is also signed by all the three parties.
Okay, I have a first with Mr. Perno, Mr. Saraza with a second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstentions. Thank you. Approve use of facility for St. Peter's School Field Day.
Yes.
So, we gave you a window there.
May 22nd, at Baldwin Park, 200 people. Diagram. It too is signed by all the appropriate parties.
Okay, first was, Mr. Perno, with the second. Mr. Woods with the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions.
Let's see, like, the day after the party.
It's.
But 2 days after.
That's what we're doing, so.
We just need to make a note. Make a note for public. And then the walk on is the tennis program use of the tennis courts at the community center.
Correct, so to the community center for time it is shown for the remainder of the year. We saw the schedule and the dates. And so far, it's only been signed by the director.
This is a temporary for the 23rd of April, so it's.
I mean, I'm comfortable with council approving it subject to negotiation of reasonable fee.
So, yeah, I'll make that.
I think I've gone on the record here that it's not my intent to carry out the tennis program.
Second,
Who's first?
Mr. Brown.
easy signature.
Second, Mr. Stefano. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions. Okay. That's it. We'll pop back up to old business, so. If you guys don't want to stick around because the tennis program has been approved, please feel free to leave now. You don't have to stick around.
Thank you,
Yep.
appreciate it.
What are you lobbying? That's. Start that. I'm gonna do back up the whole business. Yeah, that is consent agenda. Resolutions to be approved during the call meeting by consent agenda. Is everyone okay with those four being approved by consent agenda? Yes. Yeah. Hearing no objections, I'll read into the record, then we'll vote. Resolution R 2433 authorized transfer of vehicle to the police department, fire department. Resolution R 2434, award contract of DOT road projects 2023 Brookline and Woodlawn Avenues. Resolution 24-35, advance payment for 2024 Parks and Playgrounds program, and resolution 2436, appoint Sean Narcom, Historic Preservation Commission. Do I have a motion to move this? Second. Mr. Colonel with the first, Mr. Woods with the second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Aye.
Mr. Flynn.
Yes.
Mrs. Morales. Yes. Mr. Perno.
Yes.
Mr. Brazza.
Yes.
Mr. Woods.
Yes. Thank you very much, Mr. Narcom. Congratulations. Thank you very much. You're very proud of me. All right. Let's go back up. Old business. Discussion regarding article for in chapter 60B tree removal and replacement.
Thank you, Your Honor. So I've had a draft copy for everybody here. I've taken it back to the Shade Tree Commission, given our conversation at the last meeting. It's a draft we have in front of you reflects the request change that it is for private trees. It's a replacement per tree, so number one, for any tree that's, I think the number is 2.5 dB. Yes, 2.5 dBH. So any tree on private property that's 5 dBH or greater, will require a replacement of a tree of the same or greater size. And it would have to be on the approved tree list, that I don't think it's here, but within the last packet that we had, but they would be native trees. For trees on borough property that will be this, the same process that currently exists will continue. Shade Tree Commission would have to approve the removal and would make a recommendation of what to plant and where. For, as we discussed last time, for any removal, there will be the option to make a donation to the tree fund. And Shade Tree had agreed to bring that number down to $500. That should cover most species of trees that we might be looking to replace. There are certain trees that would be above that value, but we think with $500, we could make reasonable replacements. I think that's the bulk of the changes. Some of the smaller tweaks in there are just to be concurrent with recommendations of the model ordinance that need to be put together. But that is the gist of the draft in front of you. And my recommendation would be for this to be placed on the agenda for our April 9th meeting, so it's approved in time for May 1st requirement as part of the meeting. I'm happy to answer any questions.
Council, you laptop.
What?
The council, you laptop.
I didn't, or so they're requesting that we have the documents I made.
There's no requirement. You know,
What's, I mean, but
It's part of the MS4 stuff.
Yes.
So there would potentially, I'm sure they have funding in some capacity. Generally, their way of making local governments do something. I'm not sure exactly, but yes, part of the MS4 changes stuff. Does council have any thoughts on its space? I mean, again, this is something we want to introduce on April 8th.
Well, there's just quickly reading through this, as we are, one, the violation penalties just. I don't see anything in there, just set by the municipal.
Okay.
So, if we're gonna do something, we should probably make that up. I know initially we were talking about it.
it would be used.
And then it's like, then there's an exemption, it's talked about residents remove less than 4 trees per acre, fall in category.
So that's the adoption that's a new adoption of the model.
Right, but the 1, 2, I heard 1, 2, 3, 5. What is a category?
It's in the appendix that isn't attached here.
So we probably incorporate
Yeah,
that.
yes,
So. I think there's something things that have to be cleaned up,
yeah,
so. The.
yeah, we kind of will be attached anyway. So let's go through plans with the attached.
And when I be able to, I think that makes it more.
Yeah, you're monitor and yeah, if there's no substantial things.
Yeah, I just want to understand, basically. So let's see where those categories.
Yeah,
We should modify.
yeah.
All right, so, look, there's clearly stuff we have to work through, but we have to get this introduced on the table. So, I would move forward with the council to get through that stuff, ready. We can avail the rest of the council to that attendance and anything else that may be helpful. Council, if you have questions or things that you know, revisions you'd like to see, really, this has to be, I'd like to avoid special meeting. And get this thing introduced at the very least. Okay. Okay. We'll move on that. Really, I mean, just that is the meeting we talked about, but we'll certainly talk about that.
For those council members, that don't know, the Barnes get back that in Grand Access School. 8th of June. It was, this is probably the agenda, but I have talked about this, and how we're going to decide this. It's not something that really requires action consideration.
Okay, financial reports. Hop back down. Where you?
Well, I'd like to introduce a resolution to approve $377,000.
I have a motion by Mr. Perno, second by Mr. McQueen to pay the bills for resolution 2437. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call please.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Aye.
Mr. McLean.
Yes.
Ms. Morales. Mr. Carnell.
Yes.
Mr. Spinazza.
Yes.
Mr. Wood.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Council, there is a need this evening to actually have a discussion regarding matters of litigation. I'll entertain a motion to go into closed session.
So moved.
That currently first, Mr. Fitzgerald is the second, any discussion? We will not be taking any action coming out of closed session. Roll call, please.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Aye.
Mr. McLean.
Yeah.
Ms. Morales. Yes. Mr. Carnell.
Yes.
Mr. Spinazza.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.